So now our last lesson in vectors. Calculate the resultant of two perpendicular vectors and resolve the vectors into two perpendicular components. So to finish off, I'm going to look at cross products. Now, cross products will be particularly useful later, but for the moment, this topic won't be so relevant just yet, but it will be quite useful later. So the cross product, what is the cross product? Well, if you recall from the last lesson, we talked about the dot product, which takes two vectors and gives you back a scalar. So now we're going to look at the cross product, which again takes two vectors, x1, y1, z1, ijk, and x2, y2, z2, ijk, and it gives you back a vector according to the following rule. R1 cross R2 equals y1, z2 minus y2, z1. I minus x1 z2 minus x2 z1 j plus x1 y2 minus x2 y1 k. Now this might seem like a very big formula to remember, but there's actually a pattern here which maybe you've spotted or you noticed. Notice that in the I component it contains no x, and in the j component it contains no y, and in the k component it contains no z. So I contains yz, j contains xz, and k contains xy. Also notice the order of the numbers. It goes 1 2 2 1, 1 2 2 1, 1 2 2 1. Notice that you have multiply minus multiply, number minus number, and then number minus number, and then again number minus number. And you can reconstruct this formula without having to learn it off by heart as if it was a quote or something. The only thing to take care about is the j has a negative sign and the k has a positive sign. So in front of the I it's positive, in front of the j it's negative, and in front of the k it's positive again. So plus minus plus, so to speak. So if we just try to look at the pattern, you should be okay remembering it. There's other ways to remember the formula using determinants and things like that. But I think if you practice a couple, it should be fine. Now, what is the meaning of the cross product? It's a very particular rule. It's a very big rule. Why is it so useful? Well, let us dot product R1 with R1 cross R2. So I take R1 and I dot it with my R1 cross R2 vector I get. So that's R1 shown there, dot R1 cross R2, which is my formula. Dot product, it's x1 times y1 z2 minus y2 z1, and then you go on to the j part, shown, and then you go on to the k part. Now you multiply in your x1, so x1 multiplies in, and then your y1 multiplies in, and then your z1 multiplies in. And if you add all these terms up, what you'll find is you'll get 0. Now do the same thing with R2. R2 dotted with R1 cross R2, you'll find the exact same procedure and you will find the exact same result. You'll also get 0. Recall what dot product means, or rather what one use of dot product is. If the dot product is 0, then the vectors are perpendicular. So this is the conclusion you've reached now. The dot product of R1 cross R2 with R1 and R2 are both 0. Therefore, R1 cross R2 is perpendicular to R1 and to R2. Hence, we have found a way to make a vector that is perpendicular to two given vectors. In other words, if I give you two vectors, you can cross them together and you can give me back a vector which is perpendicular to both. Let's have a look at an example. By using the cross product, what vector is perpendicular to 2i plus 3j plus 4k and 2i plus 1j plus 2k? So I need to cross these together. So it's just a matter of using the formula. So it's 3 times 2, which is 6, minus, now that should be, I think I made a slip here. That should be a 4 actually, 6 minus 4 I think. And then the next one is 2 times 2, which is 4, minus 4 times 2, which is 8. Yes, that one's right. And then the last one is 2 times 1, which is 2, minus 3 times 2, which is 6. So that one's right. So sorry, I made a little bit of a typing mistake. I'm pretty sure that should be a 6 minus 4 at the start, not a 6 minus 8. Let me just double check that. 3 times 2 minus 4 times 1. Yeah. Sorry, 3 times 2 is 6, minus 4 times 1. So yeah, it should be 6 minus 4, 4 minus 8, and 2 minus 6. So that should be 2i plus 4j minus 4k. So sign mistake, that's a positive 2i, not negative, positive. Sorry about that. I'll fix it in the notes when I upload them. So when you download the notes, you won't have that typing error in it.